You are looking live at RSG Arena at Dunellen, Rock Ice, where the New Jersey Rockets are getting set to take on, for the third time this season already, the Philadelphia Bells. Hi everybody, it's Joe Rizzo here bringing you the action on a Sunday afternoon at NFL Sunday. If your team's playing or if they're finishing, we're glad that you've jumped on to watch the Rockets and the Bells. The first two meetings have gone the way of the Rockets, 4-0 and 3-0. The last one a week ago right here. Before that, about 22 days ago, down in Hollydale, where the Rockets went on to get that victory as well. Rockets are going to be wearing their home white jerseys. They have black across the shoulders, black numbers outlined in red trim. They have a black band that encompasses the entirety of their jerseys from front to back, kind of like the Montreal Canadiens do. On the front, it says Rockets across the crest. The R in Rockets is more like a logo or an icon. They wear their names at the bottom of their jerseys. So when their jerseys are not tucked in, if you're in attendance, it's easier to see those. And if you're watching on YouTube here, it's not quite as easy, but we will walk you along with that. Black pants, white socks with black thick stripes and trim in gray, black helmets. The Bells wearing their dark blue. They have red numerals and white nameplates that are above the numerals. They have the Philadelphia Bells logo on the front of their jerseys. They wear the dark blue helmets to match, dark blue pants to match, dark blue socks to match. They're blue all the way at the top. Then they have a gray and white thin stripe in the middle and red at the bottom. Nieves on the dot, Menikillo near side wing, Hansen far side wing. Liftoff, period one, Rockets and the Bells. And as we are underway here, if you have been watching the New York Giants, we are glad to have you with us. Hansen alone, wrist shot, big save. So the Bells on their heels are ready to start this game. The Rockets coming off a 3-2 win yesterday. Hansen will walk right at the net, backhand, one save, and then the rebound is picked up and moved out by the Bells. Konecki sent it over to the far side wing Meehan, and then it's popped in offside. So the first 39 seconds going the Rockets' way here. Bells offside. Giants come up with the 23-17 win in Jacksonville, their first as a franchise in that building to go to 6-1. The other interested parties watching would probably be Philadelphia Eagles fans if you're watching from the Bells side. And the Eagles off this week, 6-0. So the Giants doing what they can to keep pace with the Eagles. But this is not about football. It's about girls hockey at the U19 level. Stone is going to get that. Spin around, shot, rebound, score! Lacey saw the first shot at the last moment, got the pad on it, and it steered in, and the Bells break out 70 seconds into the game to a 1-0 lead. They have solved the Rockets for the first time this season after 7 unanswered. They'll face it off again. Same crew out there that started the game. And this is Redmond who will hustle in. Tried to stop and turn around. That's Kira Redmond on D with Grace Matone who sends it at the net. Hansen was trying to send it to the moving Nieves, but Cece was moving just a little too quick right there. Bells try to get it out. Rockets keep it in. Nieves and Menikillo exchange right there. Hope goes right through the circle. Wrist shot goes just wide. They'll play with it in the near side corner. Menikillo centers it off the side of the net. looking for Hansen, just couldn't quite connect right there. Matone near side, sends it to the middle for Nieves, waits on the onside as Menichello holds the line. Cece centers it, Hansen, wrist shot, save, rebound, swept aside. Comes to the near side boards. Matone will send it toward the net. It's kicked down, knocked away. They battle for it at the top of the slot. That's Matone. She ends up winning it away from Meehan and Stone and sends it in. Rockets have had the by far edge in possession, and they trail already 1-0 here. Menichello over to Ulrich, and she'll hustle off for a change. Rockets slow on the change over there. They only have 4 out. Rizzo tried to hustle in, tried to get it past Radoszewski, couldn't do it. Redmond sends it off the scorer's box boards. It's picked up by Carrero. She's going to dump it in. There's changes going on behind her. Matone will grab it in the near side corner. She'll skate it up a little bit and go cross ice to Cook. Izzy Cook has a little room, but Ingersoll pressures her and Cookie drops it to the far side corner. It's picked up behind the net there as Grace Ulrich slid down, safe into second. Comes all the way out. Lauren Fox and Aaron Bruno on D. That was Fox who was trying to send it up to Rizzo. Rizzo gets around Holtzworth, got around Meehan. Rizzo may be using the force to knock Meehan down right there. Or maybe she's a Sith, I don't know. But some kind of power was at work, forcing Meehan to move it out. They nearly had her give up the puck, but Meehan sneaks through the opening there, gets it into the offensive zone with her team leading 1-0 early on, over to Rizzo, who's trying to move it up the near side boards. Durso comes in to give her some traffic. Nieves jumps in for the Rockets. It's sent toward the middle. Cook steps in and banks it out with the backhand. Kramer pulls it back, sends it up for Holtzworth, who can't handle it. They'll battle for it just below us right here. Kramer's going to pick it up again. Menichello now on, uses her safety to get it back. Nieves on the fly. She's 1-on-4 is Cece, so she'll take it around the net on the far side. Rockets will change on defense. Centering feed off the stick and push down there. Hansen was trying to hustle to the puck. Knocked down the player ahead of her. Comes to the point. Matone can't handle it right there, so she has to retreat back. Grace Matone gets a little pressure there from Carrero, who grabs it and sends it in. So Matone now has to retreat all the way back behind her end line. She's behind Emma Lacey in goal, number 7. And Emma will watch as Hope Menichello will streak right up the middle of the ice, get down low, 1-on-3, and the Bells are able to snuff it out. It goes all the way down, and this will be an icing. So a whistle and a stoppage of play, 11:59 left period 1. Bells 1, Rockets nothing. It's the first goal that the Rockets have allowed to the Bells in 3 games this season. Ulrich on the dot, Cook in the slot. It's Rizzo on the near side wing. Matone at the left point, Redmond at the right. Bells win the faceoff, but Rockets recover it thanks to Rizzo's hustle. Redmond, wrist shot through traffic, redirected, go just wide. They send it down low into the corner. Centering feed, Cook had her stick tied up by Cazzoli right there, otherwise she might have gotten a piece of it. Sent up at the point, Cook kept it in for a moment, needs a little help from Redmond. Bells ice it. So whistle and a stoppage of play, 11:29 left. In period 1, 1-0 Philadelphia Bells in the darker uniforms, Rockets in the white jerseys to just simplify it. Face off to the left of Emma Walsh, that's her glove side. The Rockets have seen Addison Hinch in net, number 48 for the Bells in the first 2 meetings this season. And and Hinch was spectacular in keeping those games close. The Rockets really had the edge in play, very much in both. Hinch, a much taller goalie than Walsh. And the Rockets send it in. Walsh lets that go right through the crease. Menikello's there, one-time score! Hope Menikello finds the loose puck, and she smacks it past the glove side of Walsh, and the Rockets, with 10:50 left in the first period, have tied the game at 1-1. Bell's coach vociferously screaming at his players, "What are you doing?" And there was a puck that just took a bounce off the boards on the back. Might have been a feed. It just slipped right through. He's not happy with his players right now, and he's making that known. Bell's off the face-off, will send it in. Stone sent it all the way down. Lacey gloves it down as it bounded off the far end boards. Rockets just have two lines today. They're short a couple of players to begin with that are not ready to return to the ice. You've heard it all the time. PJ Jacobus and Kirsty Comercar. Hopefully they'll be back very soon. And Haley Connolly, a familiar name. Not with the team today, but we assume the Connollys are watching from parts up and down the eastern border. Perhaps, perhaps not. But we will say hello to the Connollys, and we will say that we are missing number 11 out there. Bells win the face-off. Rizzo tries to steal it off of Kramer's stick. She would have been off to the races. Rizzo getting close there. That's one of her favorite plays. Centering feed. Lacey never lets it get there. They blow it down with 10:16 left. Period 1. 1-1. Rockets and the Bells. Durso against Ulrich on the face-off. Ulrich won it. Redmond sent it up but not out. Battled for at the top of the right circle. Sent to the point. Kramer grabs it. Ulrich redirected her feed to get down low. Skates it behind her own net. Tries to chip it off the boards. Rizzo in a foot race. It's just a little too far. She'll probably negate the icing with Kramer as they chase it down. They do. Kramer trying to get it past Ulrich. Can't do it. Rebuffed a couple of times. It comes to the point. Redmond niftily banks it off the boards with the backhand. Durso's going to pick this up. Turn. And Rizzo forces her to the outside. Ulrich again forces her to the outside. Durso gets through a couple. She's had some good games here, Sarah Durso, in the two that the teams have played, including a breakaway that was stopped by Arialis Markland early in the last meeting a week ago. Rockets wait to get onside. They're way offside. Cook was offside, but the refs missed it. Rockets have the puck inside the zone. Cook was offside, the ref missed it, but he is saying that the Bells brought the puck back into the zone. That's the way he saw it, that's the way he's calling it. A break for the Rockets on the offside that should have been called. Redmond tries to get it in, and there's an offside right there as Stone smartly picked off Ulrich, who was trying to get back outside of the zone. So, in the end, no harm, no foul. And they'll face it off in front of the Bells bench with 8:53 left in period 1. It's 1-1 already. The Bells struck early. Hope Menikello struck shortly thereafter to even it up. Bells send it out. That's Radishevsky. Not strong enough to be icing, but Bruno will get it. Sends it through two Bells and a third. Bells will pick it up. Menikello picks it off at the center circle and sends it in to the skates of Radishevsky, who sends it back up to Fox, who tips it and will have to go back into her own zone to corral it. Haley Connolly is watching, and she's checked in on the comments if you're watching live. So hi again, Haley, we miss you. Hansen drop pass for Menikello. Can't get through the four Bells that are over there. Bruno muscles it down low for Hansen. She's got Nieves in front. Shot, left pad save, and covered up by Walsh with the glove. Hansen was getting pushed from behind there and threw her hands and her stick up in the air to avoid making contact with the goalie or anybody else, to avoid a penalty there. Sometimes you get pushed in, and the one who gets pushed in is the one that gets caught. And let's face it, that doesn't just happen at U19 girls hockey, that happens even in the NHL sometimes, so you gotta be careful. And Hansen will pick it up off the boards on the far side corner. One of the Bells goes down there, spinning around. It's Konecki trying to hold on to it. Nieves shoots that one, gets dumped right there after the shot, like a quarterback who released the ball and took a hit. Bells are going to try to move it up the near side boards, but it goes right down. Hansen, wrist shot, whistled wide. Rebound on the other side. Nieves couldn't put it home. Matone at the point will go down to the hash marks on the left side, sends it all the way over for Redmond. She shoots, it's knocked down in the middle of the shooting lane by one of the Bells and sent back in by Redmond. Nieves hustling off, exchanging for Ulrich. Matone sends it through. It was almost knocked down by Konecki. She would have redirected it right toward her own net. Ulrich tried to get it to the point, but missed it. This is going to be a foot race, Radoszewski and Matone. Matone sends it to the left. It was off Radoszewski's stick, so the face-off after the puck goes into the Rockets bench will be on the near side dot to the Rockets bench. The referee has to skate all the way over there. Ulrich was trying to hand swat it over to him, and nobody saw it. So, poor ref. Meehan won the face-off to herself, sent down low into the far corner, centering feed. Lacey gobbles it up. No rebound. They'll face it off with 6:38 left in period one, a 1-1 score. The Rockets in the white jerseys, the Bells in the dark blue. Rizzo and Cook in the slot with Ulrich on the dot. Rizzo's going to try to hustle past Kramer, chips it off the face-off loss, and she'll get in. She'll go around Kramer on the left side, stop, put on the brakes, but the second Bell that comes through takes it away. Fox kept it in to Ulrich, but they steer it out, and that's Woody kept it in. Far side corner, Kramer picks it up. Rizzo and Cook keep her under pressure, but she spins away. All three Rockets forwards are below the line. Now Rizzo goes to the doorstep on the far side, and if that puck found its way over there, she would have been wide open on the back door. Woody's going to bring it up. Rebuffed over there by Bruno. Rizzo and Bruno work to get it out. Nieves finally does. Cook tries to shovel it ahead. Rizzo was looking for that one to possibly pop past the steady-handed Ingersoll, and eventually the Rockets get it down deep and are able to complete their change. Sent all the way down. Matone's going to pick it up, so no icing. Took a funny bounce as Menichello steered it off the boards. Bells are going to run it in as Carrero took it, tried to send it in. Hansen leaves it for Nieves on the backhand. Cece's going to break in over the left side, hits the brakes, hounded by Radoszewski, leaves it for Hansen. She's going to walk it to the slot. Wrist shot, go! It didn't go in, and the goal called already. It hit the 90-degree angle on the left post and the crossbar. Hansen had Walsh beat. So we remain at 1-1. Here's Durso trying to get past Redmond, who angles her off and uses the body again to recover the puck. Carrero meets her back there. The puck is left there, and Redmond's the only one who knew it, so she banks it high off the boards. Radoszewski handles it but sends it in offside as she had to stick handle it back over the line. So they'll face it off right there at that dot. 4:29 left, period one. Rockets 1, Philadelphia Bells 1. 5-4 the shots for the Bells. first 2 times they played, the Rockets won tight games, 3-0, 4-0, and 3-0. They were tighter than that. The last, a week ago, was 0-0 heading into the third, and Menichello had a hat trick in the first 4 or 5 minutes of it. Wrist shot goes wide. Lacey knocked it away to Bruno, who sends it to Cook, who's looking for Rizzo, who's just on the brink right here. Rizzo trying to hustle it in. Went too far for Kramer, but forced the turnover. Rizzo centering feed, took the hit. Same thing like before. She sent it like a quarterback and immediately took the hit as soon as she released it, but she hung in there in the pocket. Fox gets tripped up by Hodges' feet there. No call. Hodges stood her ground. If she had stuck the foot out or the stick out, she would have been called for a tripping, but that's probably a good non-call. Sent toward the net and wide. Lacey lets it go. Bruno picks it up. Bruno has to muscle it out. Stone picks it up at neutral ice in front of our scoreboard operator and official scorer, Regina and Joe, who do a phenomenal job. Hansen banks it out safely, and the Rockets will pursue in neutral ice as the Bells send it in. Woody is the one that had the goal, 77. She's the one who scored it. And she's hustling in on the back door. Wrist shot, knocked down with the blocker by Lacey, and she steers the rebound away. Hansen picks it up, banks it off the end boards, but Woody's going to be the first one over there, and she tries to reverse it, but to nobody but Nieves. Nieves sends it through one and gets it to Bruno, who's going to skate it up. She's a defenseman, shields off Durso. Rockets get it into the zone for a moment. They have to wait. Hansen has to get out. She does. On the near side out of picture, Menichello had to exit the zone as well. Kramer picks it up. She curls. She's going to send it right at you underneath. Too strong for Woody. Battled by Matone. Durso chips it forward but can't maintain possession as Redmond picks it up and finds Hansen. Hansen sends it in. Rockets will change centers, it looks like, so the wings are still out there, but the center changes. They're on a limited bench today. 2 defensemen, 3 forwards. That's all there is on reserve. And that makes it even for both teams. Ulrich on the breakout pass, tipped it, but couldn't quite corral it, or she might have been off to the races. Kramer tries to slug her down, but Ulrich gets past. Ulrich's a one-woman show here, 1-on-3, 1-on-4. Cook jumps in off the change, manages to tie things up, steers across the boards for Rizzo, just not strong enough to get through as Kramer stepped into the slot wisely. Cook sends it right past Rizzo, who is waiting on the boards at the left side, and on the far side, Ulrich's going to pursue first. It comes to Carrero. She can't corral it. Redmond's going to send it right back down. Rizzo probably is going to get there first. She's got to try to shield off Kramer. Ooh, she took a funny turn right there and fell down. She gets up, centering feed. Redmond rips one, but Carrero knocks it down with the shaft of the stick. 1 minute left in the first period. 1-1 the Rockets and the Philadelphia Bells. This is Meehan trying to turn the corner. Matone says no way. Matone picks it up. Meehan still to get up over there. She wasn't hurt. She just was going so fast that when she fell, she lost possession. Rizzo gets it. Oh, she's checked down right there. Bumped from behind. No call. Rockets should be on a power play right now. You're allowed to push. That was a check, and she took it from behind. Rizzo spent some time on her behind on that shift. Radishevsky tries to shoot it. Can't get it through Fox. 20 seconds in the period. Holtzworth trying to bring it down low. Nieves picks it off. Up to Hansen. Tootie's going to gain the line on the right side with 13 seconds. Gets through one. Gets down the middle. Tries to shoot it. Gets one shot. Wall save. Rebound. She covers it with the butterfly pads. And the whistle stops at 6.6 seconds remaining in the first period. Rockets nearly popped one on the board right there, right before the end, and they do have enough time to make a play here. Nieves on the dot, Hansen in the slot, Menichello on the far hash. Fox and Bruno. Wrist shot, and whoa! Hope whistled it just wide. Menichello looking for a second. Fox at the net with Menichello bearing down, and Walsh made the save. I don't think it would have counted. So in a battle of the Emmas, Walsh and Lacey each allow one, and the Rockets and the Bells tied after one. Catherine Woody, 77, scored 70 seconds into the game.
I know, we'll still talk.
And Hope Menichello, a couple of minutes later, followed with the equalizer. The Rockets have had the better of the maintained offensive possession here, but the Bells have come out on a Sunday afternoon to try to erase what happened in the first two games. And the first step in that was putting one on the board. They hadn't been able to do that after a couple of games. So Catherine Woody is the one that is able to solve the Rockets goaltender. In last week's game, Arialis Markland and Emma Lacey actually split the game, which they do not often do. They prefer to play the platoon roles in full game chunks. But the coaches wanted to give each of them a shot against the Bells, so that was a shared shutout. Emmeline, as her mom, Dr. Nicole, likes to call her, now will guard the goal to our left. And Emma Walsh, the goal to our right. Nieves on the dot, Hansen near side, Menichello far side. Liftoff period two is Kira Redmond, who is joined on defense by Grace Matone, sends it in. Ingersoll's going to pick that one up and try to steer it around the corner on the far side, but Nieves picks it up, goes to Matone at the left point, tries to get it through traffic. Konecki knocked it down. Back to Matone, who was looking to go low for Nieves at the left face-off dot down there, and it didn't connect. Matone picks it up right in front of her own bench and sends it in. It's the period of the long change. That means the bench is in the offensive zone mostly. One-timer by Nieves, and Walsh in the breadbasket saves it and leaves no rebound. Walsh tested early right there as the Rockets have not taken the edge in shots. It's 8-6. It was 7-6 after one. Far side circle face-off. Ulrich on the dot. Cook in the slot. Rizzo on the far wing. Bruno between the points. Fox at the left point. Radishevsky off the face-off win sends it up, but right to the point. Fox, wrist shot to drop it. Score! It's a goal! It's either Fox or Cook, but Cook is tapping Fox on the head, so Lauren Fox puts the Rockets ahead 45 seconds into period two. 2-1 Rockets. Fox picked off the clearing attempt by Radishevsky, stepped in a couple of steps from the left point, whistled it through traffic. I thought Cook might have gotten a piece, but she immediately went over to congratulate Fox, and that's a pretty telltale sign of who scored the goal. Off the face-off, the Bells send it in, courtesy of Woody. She has their goal that gave them a 1-0 lead. Philly broke out 70 seconds into the game. Woody for Cazzoli, one-timer! Oh, Stone was at the doorstep on the left side, and if she got a stick on it, it was in. But she didn't, and we remain 2-1. Clearing attempt, Rizzo bunts it to Ulrich, perhaps inadvertently. Cook has Rizzo on the left wing, can't get it on the connection, but grabbed a loose puck and sent it back in. It goes out as the Rockets change. Stone trying to get the breakaway. Woody tries to get a break. Woody's got to wait for, she got to get onside. Stone had to wait for her over there. So good communication by the Bells to stay onside. But boy, they were an inch away. Here comes Rizzo. Oh, she couldn't quite handle that puck, but it's kept in. Cook's going to get it. Wrist shot, score! Izzy Cook puts it into the net on the glove side. And the Rockets have built the lead to 3-1 with 15:18 left in period two. Send a cookie to the Bayou because Izzy Cook has her second of the season. And she pushes the ref out of the way as she gets back to the bench. So the Rockets busting out here in the first couple of minutes of the second period. They took a 1-1 game and they've made it 3-1. Walsh was screened on that when it went through the glove side. Loose in front, Walsh one save and she covers it up before the lethal stick blade of Menichello could get a piece of it. So once again, Rockets just with two lines and the two defense pair today, which is equal footing with what the Bells have, except the Bells have one more reserve. Redmond, wrist shot, save, rebound, Nieves sent it wide, Hansen went right through the goal mouth and it went wide. Rockets have two in the period and they are buzzing. Liftoff indeed, rocket fuel. Here come the Bells, 1-on-2. Redmond tries to sweep Holtzworth wide. She does, Holtzworth centers, but Matone knocks it away and Lacey was there and ready. Goes off the referee's skate and Redmond will have to retreat, send it hard up the glass on the near side, but Ingersoll picks it off and sends it in. Nieves is going to be down there alone. Holtzworth, the one on the other side to give pressure as the Bells were changing. Kramer gets it picked off by Nieves. Nieves shoots over the crossbar. She had Hansen with her. Hansen's going to march right in, centering feed. Fox, wrist shot, knocked away by Hodges' pad. Oh, there's a big check right there, and the Rockets are going to be on a power play. Rockets are going to go on the power play as Fox got slammed into the boards. So it's going to be a check on the Bells. And the Rockets, with 13:52 left in the second period, will have their first power play of the game. It's going to be a check on, it looks like Meehan. And it is Meehan. So Claire Meehan in the box. She's been a force, though, in all the games they've played. A fast skater who plays very hard, 17. Not rewarded for her aggression there. Ulrich with Rizzo and Cook on the power play. Fox over to Bruno. Bruno's going to step in, wrist shot, redirected, and she scores! Is it Bruno or is it Cook? It looked like Cook might have redirected it in front, but everybody's congratulating Bruno. So Cook has a goal and she's got two screens, and Aaron Bruno with a power play goal puts the Rockets up 4-1 with 13:38 left in the second period. Referee, I think, telling the Bell side that it was not redirected in front. Cook had the stick. I think it was still in a legal position for a redirection, but it didn't hit that. It might have hit, it hit off something in front and redirected. It might have been off of one of the Bell's sticks. And Walsh just didn't have a prayer on that one. I mean, it just was going above the crossbar, and the redirection sneaked it just below. So there really was, I mean, unless it just happened to be right where her face was, she really had no prayer. And it also changed direction on the way in. So the Rockets put up 3 in the early part of period 2. They've extended their advantage in shots to 12-7, which means they have a 5-1 edge here early in the second. The Bells have called timeout. And the coach not pleased with what has transpired here. And it really started out with that goal by Menichello in the first period where a loose puck just came off the end boards and Hope was just at the bottom of the slot or the top of the crease, call it what you will, and just got a one-on-one look with Walsh and steamed a wrist shot right past her. That evened things up. Woody had broken the Bells out on top. That was the first time the Rockets had conceded against the Bells this season. So it was a great start for Philly. But things have not gone as swimmingly for the Bells today as they have gone for the Philadelphia Phillies, who are on the precipice of making the World Series for the first time since 2009. In fact, I'll have to get a score check on that, as Andy Minichello, who was good enough to give us the Giants score just as we got on. 23-17 Giants win, 6-1. We'll have to see if he could get me a Phillies update. He's a great baseball fan as well. Rockets 4-1 here, and they're now defending in their own zone pretty much for the first time in the second period. Rizzo's going to pick this one off. She's going to break out 2-on-2 with Ulrich against Kramer and Radoshevsky. Rizzo gets to Cazzoli, gets around Cazzoli, looking for Ulrich in the middle. She has to send it a little bit too strongly. Woody picks it up over there, whistling a stoppage of play. There's a slash that's going to be called. Let's see who it is. It was hard to, both teams were kind of touching the puck at that spot, and it is going to be on Cazzoli. She slashed Rizzo as she was going by, and that's the call. So I think I don't know if he's calling a slash or a hook. I think what he means is this. If you have the stick underneath the opposing player's stick, the referees will let you lift it with abandon, even if you're doing it with alacrity and you slam that stick up in the air. But if you have your stick on top of the other player's stick and that player has the puck, then they often will call a hook or a hold or some kind of interference. And that seems to be what the call was here. Cazzoli had her stick on top of Rizzo's stick. It didn't really look like she was slashing. She definitely had the stick there. Nieves with Hansen and Minichello. Nieves on the point. The Rockets are 1-for-1 on the power play. Redmond tries to go across, bunted by Nieves to Matone, one-timer, Walsh save, rebound, she covers it up. Emma Walsh has been under fire here in the second period. 12:37 left. The Rockets have taken a 1-1 game, scored 3, and pushed it to 4-1. Hansen takes the draw and wins it back to Matone. Now over to Redmond between the points. Fans on it, picked off. That looks like it was Woody again. She's had a big game. She's got the goal, and she's doing a good job killing a penalty right now. Ingersoll steps into one and sends it down into the Rockets' end. So the Rockets on the power play will clear it out. Hansen's behind Ingersoll. If Redmond can find her, she looks for it, but Ingersoll steps up and bunts it down, brings it back in. Sent back down, and they'll try to do the same thing again. Matone to Minichello, hard off the boards. Hansen tries to pick that one off. It's offside, as Durso couldn't clear the zone quickly enough for Ingersoll's dump-in attempt. 1 minute left in the penalty to Cazzoli. The Rockets' second power play, they were 1-for-1. They lead 4-1. 11:53 left, period 2. Ulrich with Rizzo and Cook. Rizzo sticks it out for Ulrich. Kramer gets to it first and backhands it back. 50 seconds left on the power play. Sent in, Walsh tipped it away for Radoshevsky, who will send it right up the middle. It's going to be an icing. Doesn't matter if it was touched. That was a bell that was right there anyway. Icing in effect in all situations at this level. So even if it were 5-on-3, that would be an icing. A rule change that went into effect by USA Hockey before last season. So anybody who's played for a season plus has had ample time to get used to that rule that they played for most of their early careers, and they'll just do the same thing right again unless it goes on net. They played that early in their careers up until they got to the Pee-wee level, at which time I believe was when they were allowed to enjoy delayed offside. So some of the girls maybe got to enjoy that for about a year or two, and then they had to readjust back to the way they did it when they were younger. On the face-off, Ulrich wins it. Little helter-skelter over there, but eventually Fox sends it to the far side corner. Shielded off there, Cook draws two defenders. Hodges is going to pick it up, and she's going to skate it out. And she's just going to keep going until somebody stops her. Chips it off the boards, a little too strong for herself, but she'll still pursue. Fox chips it forward. It's sent back through by Konecki. And Bruno will pick it up and skate it up. And now chip it up for Cook. Cook gains the line at center, dumps it in. Rizzo will be the first to pursue on the other side. Radoszewski's there, reverses it. Penalty's over now, full and even strength for both teams. Banked hard off the boards and tipped, but Redmond's going to pick it up. Ulrich has it, tries to get through one. It tips off a Bell skate, and now chipped in by Konecki for Hodges, who sends it at the net. Lacey covers it up with the glove and will hold it right there. 10:19 left, period 2. 4-1 Rockets. They now have a 14-8 lead in shots. 10:19, a good number in the Rizzo house. Happy birthday to the triplets. One of whom is not out there now, but will be in a shift. Pizzoli, wrist shot knocked down by the crest of Nieves. Centering feed, it goes off of Nieves' skate and comes to the near side wall. They try to center it from behind, but only Menichello's there, and the puck lost. Meehan cut in. Couldn't corral it. Hansen in the slot. Hansen goes around, puts on the brakes, tries a backhand, regains it. Wrist shot knocked away by Meehan, the ever-present 17. Meehan sends it up the far boards, but Matone steps in, sends it toward the net. Menichello got a piece of it. One-timer by Nieves goes wide. Walsh breathes a sigh of relief. Everything's been pretty much on net this period. And she's saying, geez, finally, thanks, ladies. One going wide. Stone moves off of the near side wall. Woody grabs it, but can't hold on as Nieves is going to pick it up and send it to Hansen, who barrels it forward. You needed the feet and the stick blade and eventually got it out of trouble. Radoszewski sends it in off of the skates of Matone, and Redmond will revert back behind her own net, fire it hard off the boards for Ulrich, who chips it. Ulrich's going to try to chase it down. He's going to put pressure on Radoszewski, who steers it up the boards on the far side. And this is Menichello who picks it up. Menichello under fire from Durso, who sold out to stop the play. Bruno's going to keep it in with the backhand, try to go to Ulrich. Ulrich is going to chip it off the boards for perhaps Hansen, who lifted the stick of Radoszewski. Hansen is going to storm right at the net. Hansen stuff shot, and she scores! Tootie picked it off the board. She skated right along the end line. Nobody stopped her. She steered it onto the backhand, back to the forehand, and negotiated it into the side of the glove of Addison Hinch, who's now jumped in. Goal for the Bells. 5-1 Rockets, 8:30 left, period 2. So I didn't even catch the goalie change. It must have been after the timeout. So Addie Hinch, 48 now in. She's a taller goaltender, and her pads are more worn. They're also white, but they have a lot more marks than Emma Walsh's pads did. And Hinch has a darker mask in the colors of her team. And Walsh, who exited, has the fully white mask. So Hinch has seen a bunch of the Rockets this year. Bruno gets it in at the line. Konecki stood her up there, but Bruno keeps it, gets it down low. Hinch has to jump out and cover it just before Ulrich could tip it in. 7:47 left, period 2. We're just a little over halfway through. Ooh, the ref took a little spill right there. Hopefully he's okay. Trying to pick up the puck. He gets up. He's a little shaking it off there. Ulrich on the dot. Rizzo in the slot. Cook also there. Holtzworth disrupted the Rockets setup. And Matone has to force it forward. Rizzo, Kramer. Kramer shoots it right into Rizzo's skate. Rizzo uses the left skate to send it back forward, but can't get possession. Sent down too strong for Carrero. Cook steps into Ingersoll, but Ingersoll won that one. Sent right up the middle for Rizzo, but just a little bit above her stick. Kramer backtracks. Rizzo forces the play forward. Rockets step in and trap it up there. Cook gets a piece. This is going to be maybe a break by Carrero, but Redmond recovers just in time. Ingersoll kept it in for a moment, but Holtzworth had to take it out and sends it in. 6:50 now left, period 2. It's been a great one for the Rockets and a forgettable one for the Philadelphia Bells. Larissa Radishevsky picks it up, has to hit the brakes, and sends it to a safer spot in the ice, where Stone picks it up and sends it in for Meehan. Meehan picks it up. Wrist shot goes 4 feet wide on the stick side. So Nieves is going to sneak it up the boards on the far side, but can't get it out. Stone steps in, chips it to herself off the boards, sends it toward the net, but not quite at the net. Matone picks it up, sends it to Menichello, who uses the body to steer it clear. Radishevsky retreats into her own end, sends it up the near side boards. It's probably too strong, and it is too strong, so there's the icing. Whistle and a stoppage of play. Offensive zone draw for the Rockets, who lead 5-1, 6:02 remaining period. Number 2. Things have gone their way since the first period. On the face-off, they win it. Bruno has no choice but to send it right back down to where it came from. So the Bells are doing a good job forcing the Rockets to do something with the puck at the point on the face-offs. The Rockets, we'll see if they make an adjustment on that. Battled for just to the stick side of Hinch, and she covers it up with the pad on the right leg. Emma Walsh played the first half. Addison Hinch now in there for the Bells. You can't get a look at it, but she's got the trademark tie-dye leggings on underneath the pads. Wrist shot through traffic, left pad saved by Hinch. Menichello tried to backhand it but couldn't get the handle. Fox sends it in from the point on the left side for Menichello, who will draw 2 defenders and try to send it to the point, but the second of those defenders, Woody, was able to pick it off. Now Nieves grabs it, tries to send it right down the middle. Wrist shot saved, no rebound. Hinch saved it with the Philadelphia Bells logo in the middle of her jersey and covered it with the glove before that puck would hit the ice. That's how she kept the Bells in the game right here in the same location a week ago. Ulrich on the dot, Rizzo in the slot, Cook on the near side wing. Bells will win this faceoff. Meehan, though, sends it up to Redmond, who backhands it down low. Ingersoll picks it up, curls back to the near side for Konecki. Redmond through traffic hits the arm of Meehan, and it's still up for grabs. Redmond's going to step back in. Redmond's going to try to turn the corner. Wrist shot through traffic. Hinch save, no rebound. Rizzo there waiting for one to fall. If I had a nickel for how many times Rizzo was ready to pop a puck in that Hinch dropped, I'd have a bunch of nickels this year, because in 3 games it seems like it's happened about 10 times. And Hinch hasn't let one fall to the ice when Rizzo's been standing there. That one will be sent down by the Bells for an icing. 4:38 left, period 2. 5-1 Rockets, 4 of them in period 2. Rockets win the face-off. Matone has nowhere to send it, so she just sends it back deep. Rizzo picks it up over there, bumped off by Meehan. Tries to get up, falls down. Let's hope she's okay. Comes in front. Ulrich trying to pick it up. Ulrich in the corner steers it back. Cook tries to grab it. Rizzo trying to center it, but nobody's in front. Ulrich sends it back. She was in the same spot as Rizzo there. Pinched in now by Matone. Rizzo's going to pick it off, but sort of impaled her stick against the boards there as she was trying to spin around. Redmond tries to keep it in, but eventually the Bells get it out. Oh! Konecki got the stick up and hit Cook right in the face! No call. Cook grabbed her face immediately and skates over to the bench. It didn't look like it looked like it was inadvertent, but nevertheless, that stick creamed Cook right in the face. I don't know if it was on the video, but it was just below my perch, so I got a real good look at it. So hopefully Cook is okay. She goes to the bench and sits down. It knocked the mouthpiece right out of her mouth, too. Thankfully, she got it somewhere, maybe in the cage or just at the bottom of the cage. But Izzy Cook seems to be okay. And Akello jumps in to steal the faceoff, sends it to Hansen, who's looking to send it back for Nieves. Bruno goes down low. It hits off the end boards and Radishevsky picks it up, sends it through the middle, but Bruno stood sentry between the points and sends it low. Hinch sticks it to the near side corner. Cazzoli and Nieves will battle for it. Terso joins the party, but Menachello now will battle for it up the near side boards. Bruno, wrist shot, goes wide. Hinch slows it down so Radishevsky could grab it easily. Radishevsky reverses it, but it's only going to go to the point where Bruno is, and she sends it toward the middle, but knocked down and sent up. Holtzworth will skate it out. She's 1-on-3. Menachello grabs it, sends it through the slot to the near side corner. Cici Nieves over there. Now Menachello steers it off. Back to Nieves. Rockets will try to set up here a little bit. Nieves will skate it along the end line. Tries to center it. Hinch is just going to cover that one up with no other traffic right there. If you're just tuning in, we're glad you did. Rockets 5, Philadelphia Bells. The Philly Bells 1. Catherine Woody opened the scoring for the Bells, but it's been not all Rockets directly since, but in the second period for sure. They scored 4 after it was tied 1-1. Menachello redirects it, looking for Nieves to get a piece in front as we tick under 2:30 left in period 2. That one tipped, so Woody is going to try to outrace Fox, lifts the stick, but Fox gets the stick down and on the puck before anything bad happens. Stone was there, but couldn't quite corral it. She had Meehan streaking down the middle. Bells send it in offside. Looked like she might have gotten the skate back onside, but they call the offside. We're going to face it off at the center circle with 2:07 left in period 2. Cook is back out there, so the stick that she took up high looks like it hit only a part where she was well equipped for safety. Rockets send it in. The near side ref to us, who you couldn't see just below, had the icing hand up. The far side ref, who had a better look, said it was okay, so it must have been tipped by one of the Bells. Ulrich skates it in. Rizzo down the center, and now on the left side, waiting for Meehan to come out. Tried to get it away from her, forces the turnover. Matone steps into it, pop-up. No infield fly rule. Runners advance at their own risk. Kramer spins it around. Rizzo and Ulrich. Rizzo tries to center it. It goes off the side of the net, the piping along the ice. Ulrich covering at the point, lost her footing there for a moment. Redmond shields off Meehan, and she's going to go for a penalty. They're going to call the check on that one. Redmond thinks that she had the angle. It was close. So with the hard bump, the Rockets will be shorthanded for the first time today as Kira Redmond goes in for the check. Coach Jacobus by himself on the bench today from a standpoint of the usuals being there. He does have PJ Jacobus on the bench with him to help out. She's not available to play. Rockets will start the penalty kill with Ulrich and Rizzo up front, and when that duo have been joined on the penalty kill, they often are potent and will try to score. Bell's off the face-off. Radishevsky had a shot that went through traffic, but it went wide. Konecki tries to shake off Bruno, and those two will dance and battle it out. Wrist shot, score! Durso walked out of the corner. There was a screen in front as Konecki and Bruno were tied up, and she gets the sharp angle shot over the glove of Emma Lacey to make it 5-2, a power play goal with 53.9 seconds left in period 2. So the 5-goal onslaught has now been stunted. Rockets will play the last minute here with Nieves, Menichello, and Hansen up front. Fox and Bruno still on D. Nieves is going to pick that up. 45 seconds left in the period, so plenty of time for a rush. She's going to skate down and send it forward for Hansen. A little too strong, so Hansen has to chase it down. Chips the puck to herself, draws a defender, sends it to Menichello, gets by Hodges, can't get by another, recovers the puck 1-on-3, and chips it down below the end line. Pizzoli's there, reverses it around, but Fox pinches in on the corner battle. 2-and-2. Nieves sends it toward the net. Menichello was there. 12 seconds left in the period now. Bruno's going to pinch in. Tries to send it down low. Does. Durso's going to pick this up. Can't quite get the handle. 3 seconds. Rockets would have to get somebody in front and center it. They won't do it. And that will expire the period. So a good or perhaps a great period for the Rockets. I'll say good. I think that they would not say great because of the penalty at the end and the power play goal by the Bells that pushed this game into a 5-2 margin rather than a 4-goal difference. We got a Philly score. Do we have a Philly score?
They're down.
What's the score?
It is 3-2, bottom 7.
Okay, 3-2, bottom 7. So if you're watching from the Philly area, or you're a Phillies fan, and you have one device on this game and one device on the TV, then you already know that. But if not, and you said, well, I wanted to watch my daughter, my granddaughter, my great-granddaughter, my niece, my cousin, that was added into the mix, my sister, my friend, or if you're watching on demand, yourself, then you know that the Phillies trail the Padres 3-2 with 2 outs in, I think he said, the bottom of the 7th inning. If the Phillies win that game, they are off to the World Series for the first time since 2009, which was also the last time the New York Yankees were in the World Series and the last time the New York Yankees won the World Series. The Yankees play later against the Houston Astros, trailing 3-0 and needing to complete the second 3-0 comeback in the history of the major leagues in order to do that, and it doesn't look good. If you're a football fan and you like the Giants, then you've enjoyed their victory that has pushed them to an unlikely 6-1, 23-17 over the Jacksonville Jaguars. And if you're a Jets fan and you're watching, then you're probably keeping track of the Jets-Broncos game, which I don't have a score of, but you'll just have to figure that one out yourself for now. Rockets lead at 5-2 heading into the third period. Emma Lacey now covers the goal to your YouTube right. Addison Hinch the goal to your YouTube left. She and Emma Walsh have split this game. Walsh was in for the first 4. Hinch for the last one by Hansen. Liftoff, period 3. Ulrich with Cook and Rizzo. Rockets playing with 2 lines and 2 defensemen. They also have a couple more than that. Lacey makes the first save of the period, 15 seconds in. 20-10 were the shots after 2 in favor of the Rockets, so that was 13-4 in the second period, a period in which they scored 4 goals and allowed 1. Rockets scrambling off the face-off here. Meehan's the one to get to the loose puck and send it down low. Matone chips it up for Rizzo, but Meehan had momentum and got to it first. Meehan sends it across the slot. Stone's going to grab it. She'll spin around and come all the way back this way. Stone will go Back into the slot. Turn, fire. It's knocked down by Matone, who chips it for Rizzo, who's going to try to get it at the boards. Kramer's over there. Woody's over there. Meehan picks it up. Meehan tries to get the wrist shot. Now passes it low for Woody, who has a goal today. Ulrich powers it up the far side, but Cook can't get it out. Sent at Lacey, gobbles it up with the catching glove and gets the whistle. 15:55 left. Period 3. 5-2 Rockets from the Rock in Dunellen, New Jersey. These two teams playing on the same ice exactly a week apart, after having played 9 days before that down in Hollyville. Off the face-off, it comes out of the zone and then sent back in by Ingersoll. Sent up the near side boards. Holtzworth sent it through the slot right there, and it went to the bottom of the slot or the top of the crease, but nobody was there for either team to redirect it. Lacey was ready, but 10 out of 10 times she'd say, no, I don't want that puck anywhere near there. Puck jumps into the Rockets bench. Comercar. Kirsty. Still not ready to rejoin the lineup. Picked that one up and gave it to the referee. Rockets send it in. Radishevsky picks it up, sends it down for an icing. And the Rockets will have an offensive zone draw with 15:07 left in period 3 and a 5-2 lead. They also have the first 3 shots of the period over a minute 53, but the Rockets now with an offensive zone draw. Nieves will not take the draw. Hansen will. And it's won by Meehan. But now it's a puck battle on the near side hash. It goes between the points. Bruno chipped it to keep it in, but Hodges chipped it out. Minichello joins the play to trap it, but now they're rushing in. Konecki. Rockets trying to get it out here. It's steered out by the Bells. That should be an offside. That thing was like a foot and a half offside, and it was sent back in by a skating Bell with the feet. But they've missed an offside for each now, so one that favored the Rockets in the first period they missed, one that favored the Bells here in the third. So if you're counting and you're being critical of the referees, that's even up at this point. Hansen lost the stick. There's going to be an icing on the play, so she'll be able to go back and grab the stick herself. 5-2 Rockets, 14:18 left, period 3. Offensive zone draw to the stick side of Emma Lacey. Emma Vezina, as my good pal Jerry Milani termed her a couple of seasons ago. Number 7. Rizzo steals the draw. She's going to try to get in past Radishevsky. Radishevsky walls her off. Rizzo centers it for Cook, but can't quite connect. Ulrich was there. Rockets chip it back in, but Matone took a shot. She was just a hair offside, and she knew it, so she had Redmond laugh it off. You take a shot, you never know. Ulrich on the dot, Cook on the right wing, Rizzo on the left. Cook off the draw, wins it back to Matone. Cook set a little bit of a pick there, so Matone could turn the corner. Radishevsky got handcuffed, but picked it up on the backhand and sent it to Stone, who's going to skate it out. They got some numbers here, 3-on-3, and Woody was streaking right down the middle, and they couldn't find her. That one sent in a mile offside. And Coach Jacobus asking for the intentional offside. He's got the case. We've seen that. We saw it a couple of times in Saturday's game. But some refs are not quick to call it. There's 3 players in the zone. If the Rockets got it in their favor, what would have happened is the faceoff would have been down in the defensive zone of the Bells. That's intentional offside when a player puts the puck in knowing that it's going to be whistled down. And in that case, it was pretty clear the Bells player could see 3 of her players were not onside, sent it in anyway. but they don't call it. And as long as they're consistent, that's usually all a coach or the players are going to ask for. Wrist shot sticked aside by Hinch to the near side corner. Fox one-timer went off of Durso. Scramble in front, they pound at it. It's loose. Hinch one save and makes the save with the blocker as it looked like it was maybe fluttering in. Bells will skate it out. Durso, she's got the power play goal, stood up by Fox at the line. Woody was right with her, but they need to split up and make some room instead of being in the same spot. Fox was able to defend 1-on-2. Ingersoll hacking at the skates of Nieves, who got in with the backhand, but Hinch was able to corral it. If Nieves had gone down right there almost certainly would have been a tripping penalty called, but what Cece did was keep her skates, work the edges, shift to the front, go to the backhand, but Hinch was there to save it. Rockets will have the offensive zone draw with 12:51 left in period 3 and a 5-2 lead over the Bells. 23-13 the shots. It comes out to the point. Aaron Bruno through traffic. It was knocked down by Ulrich, but it went wide of the net. Ulrich and Cook battle for it. Ulrich shoots it off the back of the net, trying to center it for Rizzo, who's battling with Ingersoll in front. The much bigger Ingersoll and the smaller Rizzo. Rizzo sticking her nose in there as her other two teammates are doing their own bit of dirty work. Bruno steps in, sends it low, but Meehan steps into the lane, banks it off the boards, and the Bells will send it out. Carrero to Meehan, they're offside right there. Carrero had the right skate, trying to get back, but couldn't quite do it. Down to 12-13. Rockets have not salted this one away yet. The Bells will not quit. We've seen that. They will play it tooth and nail till the final whistle. Whether or not the outcome in terms of wins and losses has been determined, and to this point it certainly is a game that's still up for grabs, although you'd much rather be in the Rockets' position. Centering feed knocked away. Ulrich gets down there to pick it up, sends it for Cook. Rizzo and Radishevsky will retreat back to it. Send the play up. Rockets clear the zone. Redmond has to chip it in as she sees three blue jerseys in front of her. Radishevsky hard off the boards on the near side, but kept in by Nieves, and that was Hodges that sold out to try to get it out, and she does. 11:30 left now. Long pass Redmond to Rizzo. She gets over the line. Gets a little help from Nieves over there. Cece skates it behind the end line. Reverses. Rizzo's in front, has a little space and a gap right there, but she's at the end of her shift. She's probably going to skate it right off to the bench, maybe, but she can't quite get there. Has to keep playing it. Redmond now goes back with Matone. Rizzo jumps off for Minikilla. Oh, they were trying to flip it up to Hope. She's not going to be behind the D, but sometimes she just gets behind all of them anyway, and she does exactly that. She shoots, and it goes just wide. Hinch gave her a tiny little opening. Redmond, oh boy, Redmond threw the stick there. She should have gotten a penalty, and they don't call it. They just ignore that one. Redmond should have been in the box there. She kind of lost the stick, I guess they thought. Minikella right down the middle, wrist shot. Hinch lets it go by, and she covers the carom off the end boards. The way Redmond turned, I guess maybe they just thought the player skated through her stick and knocked it out of her hand, and maybe from my angle it looked more like she kind of let the stick go as somebody was going by her. If they don't call it, that's fine. They're not going to call every single thing on every player. 10:28, period 3, 5-2 Rockets. 24-13 the shots for New Jersey. Durso. She scored on the power play near the end of the second to break a skein of 5 straight Rockets goals after Woody scored the first. 70 seconds in. Sent up, tipped by Minikella. Looks like maybe with the way things have gone, they've switched centers now. So Ulrich with Hansen and Minikella, and maybe Nieves now with Cook and Rizzo. We'll see if it stays like that. Giveaway there. Woody's going to march in alone. Woody takes a sharp angle shot, didn't get enough on it as Bruno forced it. Lacey makes the save with the left pad and covers up. Down to 9:43. In a 3-goal game, this one play-by-play guy's unwritten rule is that time is a factor with 5 minutes left in a 3-goal game. Sent up for Rizzo, got one to beat. Gonna try to go wide on Kramer, but lost the handle over there. Kramer reverses it. Rizzo was there, but she chipped it enough to get it to Meehan. Did Kramer. Meehan's gonna skate it up, send it off the boards on the far side. Carrero stepped into Bruno right there. Bells were looking for the check, but Bruno is allowed to protect herself. She just put the hands up and stayed her ground, and Carrero hit into her. So she didn't initiate contact, and that's why the no call. Cook takes a spill over there. Matone picks it up, gets through one. Holtzworth lost the stick, but Meehan stepped out to clear it. Redmond sends it in. A couple of the Bells coaches looking for the offside right there, but the Rockets look like they were on. Comes to Matone at the point, looking down low, just out of picture. Sent at Hinch. She knocks it down so Carrero could pick it up, but she gives it away. Nieves sent it through the crease. Rizzo on the far side post. Rizzo skates it out, goes right through the middle, leaves it for Redmond. Wrist shot through traffic, but wide. It comes to the near side point. Matone keeps it in for Rizzo, but a little too strong. Cook is on the other side. So is Redmond. It's reversed there. Rizzo's going to see if she can interrupt it. She gets a piece, but can't get the puck. They're going to try to skate it up, and they will skate it out, courtesy of Kramer, who will get it all the way in. 2-on-1. Redmond loses the stick again. Kramer, sharp angle shot. Lacey with the save. Redmond's lost the stick on consecutive. Oh, Rizzo with that bang right there. And she jumps off. Nieves will hustle it in. She'll turn the corner, send it to the middle for Hansen. Cazzoli tied her up for a moment. Hansen centers it. It hits off a skate in the middle. Matone comes down and sends it low. Matone steps in to try to knock it away. Redmond steps into that one. Bumping right there. Whistle and a stoppage of play on the offside. .7:23 left, period 3, 5-2 Rockets. They're getting closer, but they haven't salted it away yet. They almost did moments ago when Hope Menichello got past 3 defenders, and the last line of defense, Addie Hinch, gave a little bit of a tiny window at the top stick side corner, but Menichello missed it. Hope in there, tries for the same spot. This time Hinch gets the shaft of the stick on it. Konecki. There's a dump in front. Somebody ran into Hansen. Hodges ran into the back of Hansen. She had her head down. Hansen didn't move, and Hodges was the worse for wear. Bells get it toward the net. Lacey tries to swat it away, can't do it. Hodges was there, couldn't connect. Menichello is going to skate this one out. Flanked by an armada of Bells, she will send it in. All 5 Bells were there. 1 Menichello and 5 Bells. Bells send it out. Matone will grab it. Grace spins, gets through one, has a lane. She's got Ulrich with her. Matone's going to power up the left wing, leave it for Ulrich, who'll skate into the slot. Wrist shot redirected by Cazzoli's stick and goes to the far side. Rizzo over there sends it nicely for Ulrich, but can't pick it up or corral it. It comes to the point again. Matone is going to try to get there, but the Bells grab it first. Hodges sent it down, and that will be whistled for an icing. Although it did take a funky bounce off the boards just before it got there. That's why you got to hustle down there. You never know when the worm is going to turn on you. So we tried to mention it before, but Emma Lacey's platoon partner in goal, Arialis Markland, has checked in, and Ari was in nets in Hamilton Township on Saturday for the Rockets' 3-2 win over the Princeton Tiger Lilies. Sent up, Woody is going to try to go 1-on-2, but Matone knocks it away before that could happen. Woody exchanges with Stone, but they can't get it quite to the net, so they're creating something down there, are the Bells, but they can't quite connect. Meehan is waiting for a puck to pop out. She was at the opposite side post alone if there was a backdoor situation. Cook chips it out. Rizzo didn't have the stride. Meehan's going to catch her. Rizzo has to dump it, and the Rockets will change at least 1 or 2 behind her. Still battled for up there. Rizzo got bumped. She gets up. She's been active with the physical play in this game, and she's going to head over to the bench with the whistle on the icing, and the Rockets will send out Nieves with Hansen and Menichello up front, and Fox and Bruno on D. Durso will take the face-off for the Bells to the circle and the dot on Hinch's left, catching glove side. Rockets win it for a moment, but it's loose there. Menichello steers it back toward the boards. Durso hounding her. Menichello will take it behind the end line. We're under 5 minutes. Rockets lead at 5-2. They send it at Hinch. They call the cover, and Menichello put it in as the whistle was blowing. So that play dead. Hinch gets the break over there. The referee on the far side lost sight of it, and Hinch gets the benefit of the freeze. So no argument from anybody. And a break for the Bells. Menichello picks it up anyway, gets through one, walks right down the middle, wrist shot. Hinch, I think, got a piece of it with the stick. Fox will skate it through the points, backhand it down low. Hansen and Nieves will battle Ingersoll, but Ingersoll was a step ahead and managed to get it and keep it, and skate it up the near side. Ingersoll right down the middle, 2-on-3, has a trailer with Durso coming in. Ingersoll trying to get around Bruno, sends a shot, right pad save, loose in front, Lacey covers, and the whistle stops play with 4:15 left. So time now, we're under 5 minutes, and it's a 3-goal difference. So I will say time now, a very big factor in this game. The Rockets can play a little more defensively here. There's no need to take chances anymore. And they have done that. They gave up basically 1 2-on-1 in the game, and they came here in the later stages. Wrist shot off the face-off by Meehan. It's knocked off of a Rocket stick blade and goes over the glass and into the protective netting. The netting that's protecting the cinder block wall behind it. Ulrich was on the dot with Meehan. Meehan won it. Off the scramble. Ulrich sweeps across the bottom of the slot to pick up the loose puck. Sends it for Rizzo. Rizzo's going to try to get it in. Meehan looks to body her off, but Rizzo dumped it first. Ulrich and Cook playing the body. Meehan over there. Ulrich's trying to pick it up. Rizzo's at the back door. Has 2 defenders drawn there, including Hodges. Oh, she came right through the crease. Did Meehan. Living dangerously right there. If Rizzo just needed to have the puck hit her stick and it might have gone in. Matone for Rizzo as the Bells change. Couldn't handle it cleanly. Hodges there to disrupt. Matone and Ulrich will split the duties there. Hodges takes a mini baseball swing and bunts it in onside. Matone reverses it. Ulrich chipped it off the boards. Konecki couldn't get it in. Ulrich tries to get it up to Rizzo, but fanned on it. Cook is going to get it out. Cook's going to gain the line on the right side. Cook's going to try to dump it around Cazzoli and change. Rizzo will curl off and go for the change as well, as Nieves jumps out for Ulrich. Hansen jumps out for Cook, and Menichello jumps out for Rizzo. Bruno forechecking from her defense position. Hodges now all the way up trying to get behind the defense there, as Menichello was back at safety. Nieves tries to chip it forward. They're going to call a penalty on somebody here. They're going to call a high stick on the Rockets, it looks like. And it is Lauren Fox discussing that with the referee. 34 in white with the high stick. That is Lauren Fox. So, perhaps a little life for the Bells with 2:29 left. in the game. They trail 5-2. They have a power play. They might want to consider pulling the goalie to make it a 6-on-4. They have one power play goal. That was Rizzo. That stopped a run of 5 straight goals for the Rockets late in the second period. It's been scoreless in the third. The shots are 26-16 for the Rockets for the game. That one sent out at the net, but it goes just wide. Matone 1-on-2 with Stone and Woody. Centering attempt rebuffed. Woody looking, gets around Matone, sends it for Rizzo, who tries to shovel it toward the front of the net. They're not loading up the front of the net, they're just playing the triangle. Centering attempt, Woody can't get it as Menichello got a piece of the stick. Rizzo sends it through the slot. Woody's going to hustle over there to get it. Bells have set up the power play nicely. Centering feed, backhand, save, covered up by Lacey. She got the right pad on it. She covered up the rebound. And the Bells, playing it down low with the puck, have energized their power play, but they're running out of time. There's 94 seconds left and a 3-goal deficit, so the Rockets might do a little rope-a-dope here. They leave Hinch in the nets. Ulrich wins the faceoff over toward Rizzo's side. Those are the two forwards killing it. Hansen takes a penalty-killing shift on defense with Bruno. They bring it toward the middle. Wrist shot fired over the net down to 120. Hansen will chip it up the near side boards, but Stone stepped into it. Woody tried to take a shot, but Bruno dove on the grenade without diving. It's checked out. Rizzo against Kramer, 1-on-1 shorthanded. Rizzo will go outside on the right side. Rizzo at the sharp angle, leaves it down there. Kramer shielded her off of it, got a little help from one of her friends, Ingersoll, and they reverse it. 53 seconds now. Rizzo on the collision, just maybe out of picture. And it looks like Woody holding the elbow right there as she skates to the bench under her own power, but gingerly. Wrist shot, sharp angle, it's off the post! Rebound goes wide, it's not in! They thought it was in, but it wasn't. It hit the left post and hit the crossbar and came out. It might have even hit the right post. Could have been a triple dinger over there. Rizzo in a lacrosse face-off move with Stone tries to get it out. Rockets down to 13 seconds. They got the W in the bag. It's just a matter of what happens here in the end at full and even strength. Nieves chips it out. That is going to be 4 seconds, 3-2. Izzy Cook is up there. She has Nieves in the middle, but time's going to expire. And the Rockets will walk away with a 5-2 win over the Philadelphia Bells and complete an undefeated weekend with a win over the Princeton Tiger Lilies, coming on Saturday by a score of 3-2 behind Arialis Markland, and the 5-2 victory over the Bells with Emma Lacey in nets. Players will meet for the handshake at center. Hinch will lead it. Lacey will lead it for the Rockets. Walsh also right behind Hinch for the Bells. They split the duties today. As Lacey flips up the mask, all the players I think are going to leave from the same door today. So that will do it. Final shots, 26-18 in favor of the Rockets, who had a 1-0 deficit early in this game, but they scored one to tie it at the end of the first. And then they scored 4 straight in the second before the Bells could grab their second goal. That made it 5-2 late in the second, and that score stood up all the way through. If you like what you see, we ask you to hit the subscribe button and the alerts button, and every time we go live or upload a better copy of the game, you can check it out. We also do coach interviews, which one should be in the offing after this. And sometimes we put other footage up there as well. So whichever side you're from, we appreciate you checking it out. And we enjoy your support, and what better way to support our daughters, granddaughters, great-granddaughters, nieces, cousins, sisters, friends, or if you're watching on demand, yourselves. That will do it once again from Rock Ice, where the Rockets take a 5-2 victory over the Philadelphia Bells. We'll be back next Saturday when the Rockets take on the Junior Flyers, and that should be a good one. We'll see if the Rockets get some of their personnel back. They played with just a couple of lines and a couple of defense pairs today, but hopefully some players will be healthy soon, and we'll see them back. It can't happen soon enough because we like to see our girls out there. From Rock Ice in Dunellen, New Jersey, this is Joe Rizzo. Thanks for watching New Jersey Rockets.